You know, if right now you're selling high ticket or you desire to sell high ticket, but you don't know how to track those clients online, I'm going to share with you how to do that here today. So if you're not able to do it right now, if you're not able to attract the leads that you're looking for and be able to convert them into the higher ticket clients, then you probably feel some sort of anxiety, right? Perhaps you don't know where your next sale is going to come from. And it's my personal opinion that if you sell high ticket, you can grow your business significantly during this time without having to work harder. So rather than build your business based on volume, you build your business based on value. So you're working with fewer clients at higher price points, delivering much more powerful results, and you're able to sustain your business and grow it during this period of time. So let's talk about right now, if you don't have the leads coming into your business that you want, you may be feeling some sense of insecurity, a lack of control, because you don't know where that next sale is going to come from. You know, we still have expenses, we still have things that need to get paid during this period of time. And so if you're wanting to find a way to feel safe and secure to be able to take care of your business and bring in the leads that you need, let's talk about how to do that here today. So again, if you don't have leads coming into your business consistently, you know, what may be happening right now is that you're lowering your fees, you're signing the wrong clients, and, you know, none of that gives you the sense of fulfillment that you're looking for in your business. And I would imagine what you want instead is to be able to attract qualified leads consistently. So these are people who can afford to work with you. These are people who are going to be happy to pay you, invest in working with you right now, and get amazing results. The kind of folks who are going to renew with you, send you referrals, those kind of things. And so, you know, this is really going to give you the confidence that you need in the marketplace to attract more and more clients with a greater sense of ease, and really be able to deliver your services in a way that you feel lit up, you feel energized, right? So let's talk about how you can do that here today. So before we get into that, my name is Desiree Stafford. I help coaches, therapists, healers, and other transformational experts attract and convert a steady flow of high-ticket clients online, make more money, and enjoy more freedom. So let's talk about how this is going to work for you, right? So I've got clients right now who are selling at their highest prices ever, and they're making more money this month than they've ever, or in the last several weeks, than they've made in the past, right? And so how does that happen? Well, it happens because they know now how to generate leads consistently. So let's talk about this. I'm going to break this down into 3 specific steps for you so that you can start generating the leads that you're looking for. Qualified leads. I want to be very clear that these are qualified leads. These are people who are going to get on the phone with you knowing that you are the coach or mentor for them, not the kind of folks who are going to have excuses and they're going to stall and they're going to have reasons why they can't move forward. All right. So the first step in this process is, number 1, you having clarity. You have to be super clear on who your audience is. Who are you going to be serving right now? Right? So if you've been serving an audience that can no longer afford you, now is the time to elevate that audience, right? You have to be clear about who you're serving so that your marketing can speak to them, so that your messaging is relevant to them. So that's the first step in this process, getting super clear on who you want to serve. You know, there are so many successful business owners who've been in business for years who right now have felt like the foundation of their business has been rocked. And that's true for almost all of us, right? Every single entrepreneur who's going to be successful right now has had to take some time to evaluate who they're serving, right? And some people have had to shift their audience. My clients, many of them have elevated their audience. Some of them have expanded their audience. But you've got to get clear for you and your business what's going to be ideal for you, right? Because you need to then create messaging that's going to resonate with that audience. So the second piece of this process, or second step in this process, is that you want to cultivate an audience, right? So whether or not you have a big audience right now, you always want to be cultivating an audience. You want more and more people coming into your world who have the opportunity to see what it is that you're putting out into the world, to see your messaging, to engage with you so that they can become clients, right? So now when it comes to cultivating an audience, I teach my clients how to do this on 2 platforms, Facebook, like we're on right now, and also LinkedIn. These are the 2 platforms that I've had the most success with. I honestly haven't really played with the other ones. So the reason why I stick with what I know is because when you get something working like a well-oiled machine, then on and expand to other platforms, right? But you want to make sure that you've got at least 1, if not 2, working for you consistently to bring in the flow of clients that you need for you to feel safe and secure, right? So you want to make sure that you're cultivating an audience every day. You can do this for free. I know that ads are the cheapest they've ever been right now, and there's a lot of temptation for folks to run towards ads. But my caution is this. If you don't already know how to get an ROI with ad campaigns, I would not suggest that now is the time to do that unless you're already making like 20 grand or 30 grand a month and that's sustainable, right? And then you can run some ads, right? Because that's going to tell you that you have something that's working for you, that you can amplify, right? If you don't have something that's working for you consistently, or even if you're at the 20K a month and you're not attracting the quality of clients that you want to be working with, right? It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you attract them and sometimes you don't. I would recommend that you get the organic methods working for you the way that you want them to work for you, and then look at adding ads later. Again, ads are an amplifier. They are not the end all be all solution. If you're not clear on who your audience is and what the right message is to put in front of them, then ads can't help you. Right? The only thing ads will do for you at this stage is make you lose more money, right? So if you want to be able to put more money in the bank, then focus on attracting leads organically first, qualified leads, and then you can look to ads once you have that steady flow of cash coming in, all right? So the third, and thanks for the love, by the way. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Oh, thanks for recommending this. I appreciate it. So the third piece of this is conversion, right? So now that you know who your audience is, you're clear on the audience and the message that you're going to put in front of them, and you know cultivate an audience on LinkedIn or Facebook, then the next step is to then how do you convert these people? You bring people into your world, they're now your audience, but how do you convert them, right? And so there are many different conversion tools, which I'm sure you've heard of, right? There's webinars, there's challenges, there's what I call a soft launch, where you spend about 2 weeks creating content that's specifically designed to lead people to make a buying decision, and you invite them to work with you. So what matters though is, while the tool does matter, and what I want you to understand is that it really depends on where you are in your business right now and the audience that you're serving for you to be able to choose the right tool that's going to generate the leads that you're looking for, right? So for me in my business, I work with higher level clients. And so the clients that I work with, they want less hoops to jump through to become a client. So for me, I don't really do webinars like I used to. I do much shorter, concentrated presentations, let's put it that way. So they're usually 20 to 25 minutes or so, where it's a very specific type of content designed to help people make a buying decision. And if you want to take a look at what you'll see a link to that training in the description of this post. It's going to give you an idea of how to create this kind of content. For someone who's on a lower level, someone who's wanting to invest in a lower level service, let's put it that way, challenges are a great idea. I have a client right now, she's selling $5,000 packages through running challenges, right? And so that's a great option for her audience, right? So the point here is that you have to know what's the right conversion tool based on your audience, as well as based on where you are. So I've already given you an idea that using ads, for example, is not going to be a good idea for you unless you're making the kind of money that you want to be making consistently and through working with the right kind of clients. I personally wouldn't recommend ads for you. I would recommend that you learn how to attract the right leads and turn them into the clients that you're looking for first, before you then look to spend money on ads, all right? Because you can definitely take your business to $250,000, $500,000, or $1 million a year without having to run any paid ads. So just be very clear on that. But it comes down to understanding this system. So let me run through it again with you really quickly. Thanks, Karina, how are you? I appreciate that. And Usha says she loves what she's hearing, or she likes what she's hearing. Thank you very much. So I'm glad this is resonating with everybody. So let me go through this process one more time. And I think we have a lot of time available. So if you have questions, specific questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section and I'll loop back and answer those for you. So the first step here to generating qualified leads is you have to be clear. Like, for example, how will you generate the quality of leads that you're looking for if you're not even clear about who you're speaking to? You're going to spend a lot of time creating content that's not getting you anywhere unless you know who your audience is, unless you know who you're targeting through your content, right? So number one, get clear about your audience and put the right message in front of them. Number two, cultivate an audience. So I teach my clients how to do this again on LinkedIn and Facebook. Typically on LinkedIn, my clients are adding anywhere from 250 to 1,000 people to their audiences every single week. Again, all for free, so you're not paying for anything. There's just a really simple system that I teach them that takes about 20 minutes a day at the most to add all those people to your audience. And the reason that you're doing this is you're getting more people to see your stuff, right? So if your current audience right now, let's say your current list or your Facebook group or your personal profile on Facebook, for example, isn't generating the level of or the quality and consistency of leads that you're looking for, it makes sense for you to grow your audience, right? Perhaps the people that are already in front of you have seen your message enough and they're just not going to make a buying decision, or perhaps it's not the right message that's been in front of them. Either way, it makes sense to have more people taking a look at what it is that you have to offer so that you have more opportunities for sales. You have more opportunities for the right people to raise their hand and say, yes, I want to do this, all right? The third aspect of this is conversion, right? So you need to know what the right tool is going to be for you to convert your leads into clients, or let me rephrase, to convert your leads into prospects, right? So prospect is a person who gets on the phone and is interested in working with you. A lead is someone who may, sign up for a webinar or download your lead magnet, right? That's a lead, but then how do you get them from a lead to a prospect or a potential client, right? And that's what we're talking about here. The conversion tool, or the way that you're going to do that, and it has to be something that is appropriate for where you are in your business and your audience. Again, if you're working with a higher level audience, a more affluent audience, then it's likely that certain tools are not going to resonate with them, right? These kind of folks, someone who's willing to invest in a $25,000 package, for example, isn't really going to sit through a 5 video series, like a 5 video series. I think I'm saying that right? If you have a lot of hoops for people to jump through, more sophisticated buyers to jump through, you're going to lose them, right? And so this is something that a lot of people don't understand. And you think that if you see a guru implementing a particular strategy or using a particular tool, you think if you copy them that you're going to get the results, and you don't see the results. And this is why, right? The only reason that gurus are able to, automate so quickly, and that's a lot of things that people are pushing on you, right? Automation and webinars automation, for example. I don't recommend that depending upon where you are in your business, because unless you have a massive audience already and a warm community of potential buyers already, then you will likely lose more sales through that funnel than if you were to just go out organically and put a couple of posts or do the soft launch I mentioned and get people to sign up with you right away. Because there are too many steps for people to go through where people can slip through the cracks. So again, what I'm saying is going to be relevant based on where you at in your business and the audience that you're looking to serve. All right. So don't just take what I'm saying as blanket statements. The context matters, right? So where you are and who you're serving matters for what I'm saying to you to be relevant, if that makes sense. All right. So thanks for the love. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Hey, Jill, I'm glad you're loving it. I'm glad it's resonating. Does anyone have any questions about what I'm sharing with you? In the interim, while you're formulating the questions that you may have, if you would like some more support, some customized support with identifying what's going to be the right strategy for you, the right message to put out in front of people, and support with, really putting a lead gen system in place, then you can sign up for a call with me and we can talk about what that might look like. I'm going to identify what's working for you, what's not working for you, what's the one thing that's holding you back, and what you can do to consistently generate the leads that you're looking for. All right. Thanks for the love. And if you want access to that training that I mentioned earlier, you're also going to see the link to that in the description of this post. Okay. So ask me whatever questions you may have, because I'm done with the content for today. And I really want to be able to provide as much value as I can in this live stream, because I think that there are so many people. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? I think there's so many people who, I don't want to say being intentionally misled, because I don't think that that's what people intend. I think that there's just a lot of information in the marketplace, and it's hard to discern what's appropriate for you, because most people aren't clear about, what strategy is going to work for you, or why something isn't. That's another thing that's really powerful. It's understanding why, if you've tried, and this is something I really want you to understand, if you've tried strategy after strategy after strategy after strategy, and you're still not getting ahead at the level that you want to or you expected to, then please know that it's not your fault. What may need to happen for you is that you need to get more clear, right? A lot of the time with my clients, it's not the strategy itself that needs to shift. Sometimes we need to tweak it a little bit, but a lot of times it's them, right? It's in who they're being and how they're showing up in the marketplace, which is, that's the glue that holds everything together, right? If you're using the right strategy, you've got the right message, you're cultivating an audience every single week, but you're not seeing the results that you want, it may be something internal that needs to shift, right? How you're perceiving the experience, right? And how you're feeling and the energy that's coming through your marketing, right? Because one of the things that we have to remember is that Energy is communicated all of the time, whether it's through the words that we speak or the words that we write, right? So that may be what's not allowing you to experience the results that you're looking for. So take what I'm sharing with you here, and here's what I'm going to really invite you to do. Comprehend what I'm sharing with you here. And again, don't just take what I'm sharing as blanket statements. I really want you to think about what's true for you, what's not true for you, right? I want you to see how what I'm sharing fits into what you're currently doing or whether or not it doesn't, right? My idea isn't for me to get on here and tell you, you must do things the way that my clients do things so that you get results, because I don't know you or your business, right? I don't know what your objectives are. I don't know what's working for you or what's not working for you. What I'm sharing with you is what's working for my clients based on obviously our experience. But I want you to understand that when someone says to you, do the thing that I did and you're going to get results, it's probably not the truth, because how can someone tell you that, right? Without knowing you, without knowing your situation, and without knowing what it is that you're trying to create. So again, take what I'm sharing with you, put it through like a filter process that you may have for yourself and the type of business that you're designing. I will tell you that I don't work with clients who want to build their business based on volume. So what I'm sharing with you is these are not strategies that are going to help you build a business based on volume, meaning where you're going to have hundreds of clients at a time. That's not what I teach my clients how to do. And if you want to do that, then you're likely going to want to do some automation. But again, you want to make sure that you're converting organically first before you do that, right? Now, if you want to build a business where you're serving maybe a couple dozen clients at a time, and you want to still be very successful, right? So I have people who are doing multiple 6 figures and 7 figures, working with a few dozen clients at a time. If that's what you want to do, then what I'm sharing with you, you want to take that and run with it. Make sense? But it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. All right, so let me see if I can answer any questions. Hey, Jill, just launched my business, struggling with honing in on my target market. Well, tell me a little bit more about what you do, Jill. Maybe I can help you here. We have a few minutes left. So tell me what you do. Let's do it this way. If you could think of your most favorite client, where were they when they came to work with you? It's a question I love to ask my clients. Where were they when they came to work with you, and what was the result in what time frame, right? And that may help us identify who your target market is, okay? So Usha, is this call going to be free? So the call is going to be free, and I'm glad you asked that question. So let me explain how it works. So it's complimentary, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at your current offer, your messaging, what you're doing for lead gen, and see what's working and what's not working. Then I'm going to tell you what's actually holding you back, right? Because that conversation is going to allow me to identify what's holding you back. And then we're going to create a plan to help you attract the clients that you're looking for. The reason that I'm doing this call for free is that there are going to be some people who by the end of that call know that they want help implementing. So they don't just want the plan, but they actually want me to work with them and help them implement, give them customized solutions in order for them to succeed faster and easier. So if that's something that you're interested in, anyone, by the way, you can go ahead and book a call. If not, no worries. Okay, so Samantha says, I'm starting off with my business. What is the process, questions that I should sit down to look at to track my niche? So your market. So the same questions I just asked Jill would be helpful for you. So I'm assuming that you guys have worked with people in the past, whether these have been paid clients or unpaid clients. There are people that you've worked with in the past that you've helped achieve results, which is why you want to be doing this business, right? So think about the people that you worked with in the past. Who were your most favorite clients, paid or unpaid, right? What was the problem that they were struggling with? And what was the solution that you helped them, or the result that you helped them accomplish, right? This is going to give you some insight as to who your ideal client is, the niche, right? The problem that you solve and the solution that you provide. All right, so Carrie Ann, you have 26 people in your Facebook group, but no engagement. However, the clients that work with you are raving fans. It's awesome, right? Where is it? Okay, I'm not great on video, so wondering how to either get more of the right audience in my group or change something. Facebook group leads are not working for me. So if the Facebook group leads are not working for you, then don't do Facebook group leads, right? Unless that's what you really want. So I'm glad that you asked this question, because even when I work with my clients, again, it's identifying what's the right conversion tool for you. So I'll be honest, for me, Facebook groups are not the thing. So I don't do them, but I have plenty of clients who do them, right? So the idea here is for you to use a strategy, a conversion tool, if you will, that is in alignment with who you are, right? Do you have the energy for managing a group? If you do, then let's figure out how to make that happen. But if you don't, then let's abandon the group and find another way for you to get leads. So why don't you tell me that, Carrie, and tell me if you really resonate with having a group or not, and then we can go from there. All right, so Amanda, I love working with women who are coming out of having, I think it's troubled relationships. And how do I reach that audience? I'd love to offer biblical counseling. Okay, so what are some of the frustrations that those, Amanda, what are some of those frustrations that those clients are experiencing? What are the aspirations that they want to achieve? And what's your process for getting them there? Now, when you create content, for example, you don't want to spend a lot of time on the process. You may give some high-level overview about how you help people. Story is a great way to do this. Sharing your story, sharing other client stories, obviously with some anonymity, right? Specifically because you're talking about things that are very sensitive. But that's what I would do. I would get out into the marketplace and start marketing to these potential clients, okay? Amina, you're very welcome. All right, so thank you. See, I appreciate that. Tabby says your hair is very much. You know, it took me a long time to love my hair, and I do now. Okay, so Jill, love when a client realizes what their obstacles are and seeing them develop strategies to overcome them. Fantastic. What obstacles, right? So you're wanting to get much more clear, Jill, about who it is that you're wanting to support. Okay, so you should use an application in the description. So there, I should say, let me rephrase. There is a link in the description. It's going to take you to an application page. You're going to answer a couple of questions. And then here's another thing. I'm glad you asked this question. You'll answer a couple of questions. This is for anyone who's interested in booking the call with me. You'll answer a few questions. I'm going to review your application because I don't want to waste your time or mine, right? So I'm going to review your application. And if I think I can help you, then we'll have the call and you'll get access to how to reach me. If I don't think that I can help you, I'll let you know that. And I'll give you some resources that I think would be a better fit for you. All right. So, Jill, I'm a certified master. Usha says, okay, so Anne-Marie, I would resonate with group if it felt I was adding value, but only want to put energy into adding value. Okay, this is great, all right? Thinking free workshops might be a better replacement. Thank you. Okay, so what you're just saying here about wanting to do the group if you felt it was adding value. So how are you determining whether or not it's adding value, right? If you're judging the fact that you don't think that the group is adding value because people aren't engaging, then what needs to shift? You need to shift, right? Your perception of your value needs to shift in order for other people to engage with you on that level, right? So I think for a lot of people, and this way for a very long time myself, we tend to think that if we're not getting the reaction that we want or the engagement that we want from our content, that we need to change strategy. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's the strategy doesn't resonate with you, right? But sometimes it's that who you're being needs to shift, right? That you need to take ownership of your value before you're going to see that reflected back to you through whatever strategy you choose to implement. So what I would encourage you here, Carrie Ann, is for you to really dive deep into understanding what the value is that you contribute, and then just show up in that group from that energetic place, right? From that place of fully owning your value and knowing that regardless of the engagement, you're still providing value. And if you do that, you will start to see more engagement. Does that make sense? Remember that what we're experiencing is a reflection of what we're feeling, what we're thinking, right? The energy that we're emitting. So if you're not seeing the results that you want, then perhaps you need to shift. Now, I say that with the caveat that sometimes you may have an audience that just doesn't engage. I will say probably 99.9% of my clients did not engage with my content before they became a client, right? But I had to know that I was putting out value into the marketplace anyway, right? And I had to keep showing up from that place, and then those clients showed up for me, right? So this is something that you want to consider, right? Sometimes, depending upon your audience, they may not engage, but they're watching you, which is another reason why it's so important for you to keep showing up consistently. Make sense? All right. So, Liza, Joe, I just want to say hello. Thank you. Your work-life balance. So Really important. Okay. All right. So does anyone have other questions? Because thanks for the love, everybody. If not, I'm going to hop off and let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. In fact, before you do go back to your day, really take a few moments, if you will, to go back and listen to the sections of this presentation that really resonated with you. I don't want this just to be an exercise in you consuming more information. I want you to get some value out of this, and I want you to start implementing what you've learned here today in your business, because it's the way for you to get the results that you're looking for, right? And if you want some additional support with Thanks for the Love, if you want some additional support, what we've talked about, let's put it this way. If you want more training, right, so you want to go deeper in terms of the content itself, then you can go and find the link in this description of this video and sign up for the training that I have. If you want customized support, you're like, okay, so all this is making sense for me, but I want help getting clear about what's actually going to apply to me and my business, then you can go to the link that you see to book a call with me, and we can talk about what that would look like. You know, what's working, what's not working, and putting a plan in place that's customized to you and your business and your goals, right? And if you don't want to do either of those things, that's fine. But what I would encourage you to do is go back through this live stream, go back through the replay of this, and really go to the sections where we talked about stuff that really resonated with you, and put yourself through a process of filtering the information and really evaluating what you think you need to change based on some of the things that we've talked about here today. Because if something resonated with you, it resonated with you for a reason. This may be an invitation for you, and I'm actually going to make the invitation for you, right? For you to really spend some time thinking about what you can tweak, what can shift for you to start getting the results you want in your business, right? Because obviously, for you to be able to stay in business and to grow your business matters, right? It matters to you, it matters to your family, it also matters to your clients and your potential clients, right? There are people out there who really need what you have to offer them right now. And so it would be a shame if you weren't getting out into the marketplace and making yourself available to those people who would gladly pay you whatever the fee is in order to get your assistance, right? So please don't stay stuck. If anybody's stuck watching this, please do not stay stuck. Get the help that you're looking for, get out into the marketplace, make some more sales, grow your business, and make an impact. All right? Take care.